There was once a young man who wanted nothing more than to look impressive in front of his friends and strangers alike. He had always admired musicians, especially those who could play guitar with ease and passion. He would often scroll through videos of guitar players performing amazing solos in front of cheering crowds, and he wished to be like them. However, he had never learned to play an instrument. He had no patience for practice, no understanding of notes, chords, or rhythm. Still, he loved the idea of standing on a stage holding a guitar and pretending to be a star. One day he had the chance to make this dream seem real. His college was hosting a talent show, and many of his classmates were signing up to perform. Some were dancers, some were singers, others were poets or comedians. He thought that this would be the perfect opportunity to show off his image. He told everyone that he could play guitar, even borrowed a guitar from his cousin and carried it around campus, pretending to be tuning it or strumming casually when people passed by. His friends cheered for him and believed his words. They were excited to see his performance the night of the talent show arrived. The auditorium was filled with students, teachers, and even parents who had come to support their children. The young man felt nervous, but he tried to hide. He dressed in a leather jacket, dark jeans, and sunglasses to look like a true rock star. He carried the borrowed guitar proudly on stage, and the audience clapped for him. He could feel their eyes waiting to see something special. He had prepared a plan. His idea was simple. He would not actually play the guitar. Instead, he would pretend to strum while a recording of a guitar solo played from his phone connected to the sound system. He had practiced miming the hand movements at home in front of a mirror. He thought that if he acted confident enough, no one would notice the difference. The announcer introduced him, and the spotlight shone bright. He pressed play on his phone, hidden near the microphone stand, and the sound of an energetic guitar riff filled the hall. He moved his hands dramatically across the strings, smiling wide, as if the music were coming from him. The crowd cheered. Some people even stood up and whistled in excitement. He felt powerful. He thought to himself that he was truly convincing everyone. But then something happened that he had not expected. As he pretended to hit a high note, he struck the strings too hard. 3 strings snapped at once with a loud, sharp sound. The broken strings whipped into the air and dangled loosely from the neck of the guitar. The audience gasped. The sound of the recording was still playing perfectly, but now it was obvious that the guitar itself had no working strings. The young man froze in shock. At first, he tried to keep going. He waved his hand across the broken guitar, as if nothing had happened. But laughter started spreading through the crowd. Someone shouted, "He was not really playing," and another person yelled, "The music is fake." The teachers in the front row frowned while the students roared with laughter. The recording continued playing for a few more seconds, but he quickly stopped it, feeling his face burn red with embarrassment. The host of the show walked onto the stage and gently patted him on the shoulder, asking if everything was all right. The young man muttered something about the strings breaking unexpectedly, but no one believed him. The truth was clear for all to see. He had faked his performance and been caught when the guitar betrayed him. He left the stage as quickly as he could while the audience clapped politely, not out of respect, but out of amusement. His friends who had believed in him looked disappointed. Some laughed, but others shook their heads, wondering why he had lied in the first place. That night, he sat alone with the broken guitar in his lap, staring at the snapped strings. He realized how foolish he had been. Pretending to have talent had given him a few minutes of fake glory, but it ended with shame. He understood that real skill came only with effort and practice. If he had truly wanted to play guitar, he could have started small by learning simple chords, practicing daily, and slowly building confidence. Instead, he had chosen the shortcut of deception, and it had collapsed in front of everyone. In the weeks that followed, people still joked about his failed performance. They gave him nicknames like the air guitarist or the string breaker. He laughed along sometimes, but deep inside he felt regret. Eventually, he returned the damaged guitar to his cousin, who was not pleased, and scolded him for being careless. That moment reminded him again of the importance of honesty. Surprisingly, the story did not end with despair. Over time, the young man grew tired of being remembered only for his mistake. He decided to take the lesson seriously. He bought a cheap second-hand guitar and began to actually learn. He watched tutorials, practiced chords until his fingers hurt, and slowly learned how to make real sounds. He no longer cared about showing off. Instead, he cared about improving little by little. Months later, some of his friends noticed his progress. They asked him to play a song at a small gathering. This time, he did not fake anything. He strummed softly, and although he made mistakes, people could see the effort and they clapped sincerely. Unlike the forced applause of the talent show, this round of appreciation felt real. It gave him hope that one day he might truly play confidently on a stage. The young man learned that it was far better to be honest about where you stand and grow, step by step, than to build a castle of lies that can crumble with the snap of a single string. His embarrassing night at the talent show became the starting point of a genuine journey. And though he could not erase the past, he could write a better future with real music and real dedication.